Hey family, welcome back to this week's segment of Knowledge is Key. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope everyone had a wonderful, wonderful week filled with lots of love, blessings, and joy. Okay, guys, so this week I want to talk about food dyes and what it's doing to the minds and the behavioral issues in our children. Um, I've noticed over the last, 15 to 20 years or so that ADHD and ODD has, become so prevalent, especially amongst the African American community and our children. My older sister is a principal, and she and I have these conversations all the time. As well as I went through this with my own child, who is now 21. However, back in 1999, 98, 99, 2000, my child was diagnosed with ADHD, and I went through a series of that was the worst moment of going back and forth to court because these people were trying to charge me with neglect, saying that I knew that my child has an illness and I refused to treat it. So, needless to say, one day we were at one of those IEP meetings, and the school psychologist, there was a school psychologist there, and she was a sister, and I thank God that she was there. God sent this woman into this room this particular day. And she saw how passionate I was, because I would go toe to toe with these people. Like, I'm not putting my son on medication. And she saw how passionate I was, and one day after a very teary-eyed, for me, IEP meeting, she pulled me in the hallway after the meeting, and she said, "Listen, sister," she said, "I see how you do not want, you're totally against putting your son on this medication." She said, "Try DHA." And I'm like, "Well, what is that?" I was totally oblivious. I had no clue. And she said, "It's an essential fatty acid." She said, "And there's been all kinds of studies done on children who were diagnosed with ADHD and ODD, is what my child was diagnosed with, that were given this DHA and EPA as well, where the results were just amazing." She was like, "And unfortunately, this woman told me this back then, the doctors aren't going to tell you this because they want you to medicate your child, They want you to put your kid on Concerta and Risperdal and Adderall and all that other crazy mess," that I was just like, "You guys have got to be kidding me. I'm not doing this." So here was a problem. Every morning, I was a single mom, so it was just me and my son. I was a single working mom, and every morning I would get up and I would fix my son's breakfast. I'd send him to school. I strongly always believe that a child must go to school with a good breakfast, and I just kind of didn't trust what they were giving him in school, so I would want to, fix his food or give him something at home. Plus, he was my only child, so I wanted him to have his favorite stuff, and his favorite were strawberry toaster strudels and Fruity Pebbles. That was his favorite. And so every morning, just about, I would give my son a nice, warm, popping hot strawberry toaster strudel and let him have a small bowl of Fruity Pebbles and give him a cup of Sunny Delight, thinking that I was giving my son the right nutrients, right? Well, my son would get to school and the behavior would just intensify. And that's what happens when our kids eat this type of stuff, these dyes that are in this stuff, that it's red 40, yellow 9, blue 6, or whatever the number is. It intensifies their behavior. If they already have behavior issues, it just makes it worse, okay? So my son would be in school, and I would be getting, I would always get a call, I swear, at least 3 to 4 times a week, that he was in school just being this kid that I didn't know when we were home. And I'm like, these people, you're lying on my kid. Why are you doing this to him? Why are you guys, what's going on? So I'm always running up to school trying to see what's going on, and needless to say, yeah, he was acting out. He was misbehaving big time in school. And I even put my son in like special ed classes, not for his academics, but for his behavior. And because of his behavior, he was having, a hard time keeping up because he was always doing stuff, that he shouldn't have been done when class was being taught. So when it was time for a test or the lesson, he had no clue what was going on because he was running around, being him, being a kid who showed the examples of a kid with ADHD. So I did what the sister told me to do. I went home and I did extensive research on this stuff, and I found the studies by the scientists that she told me about, where they took 20 children, and 10 of them they gave a placebo. And for those of you that don't know what a placebo is, it's just like a, just a sugar pill. It's just fake. It's empty. It's nothing in it. And then they took the other 20 and they gave them DHA and EPA and changed their diets. Like they gave them fresh fruit, all natural juice, and good wholesome whole foods. So that 20 that they gave the DHA to did a complete 360-degree turnaround. The results were astounding. Like I was sitting at my computer like, wow. And it was just more than one article that I read like this. This was several. Like I did this research for weeks because I wanted to be sure. I also did extensive research on what DHA and EPA was too. So in the other 10 showed no results at all. No difference in their behaviors at all. So people, I'm telling you, read the food labels on your children's food. Do not give your babies those little huggy juices and a lot of soda and those gummy worms and sweetest fish, any kind of candy and cereal with all these pretty colors in it. It has those dyes. Read the label. If it says red 40, yellow 9, blue 6, don't buy it. Give them all natural apple juice or all natural orange juice. And even in Sunny Delight, they had the dyes in it. I believe it was the yellow 9. So I was actually sending my kid to school like a ticking time bomb, and that's what you're doing. Now, I'm not saying that kids don't already have behavioral issues and the dyes totally cause ADHD. That's not what I'm saying at all. Kids can have behavioral issues due to their environments at home and, them being, having emotional issues, because of what's going on, at home or what they may be experiencing in school. It's a number of reasons why children can have behavioral issues. However, if your child already has behavioral issues, and they're eating, these foods with these dyes in it, it's intensifying it to like the 10th power. So if you want to calm it down a bit, please stop letting them have this stuff, okay? And I'm talking from my own experience, my very, very own experience. I can tell you guys this, in 1 year, when I changed my son's diet and I gave him a pure natural form of this DHA and EPA, there was a complete 360-degree turnaround, completely. This kid accelerated out of special ed classes, back into regular ed, and into advanced placement classes. He was taking, advanced placement classes as well. So I'm telling you, this stuff works. DHA, David Howard Adam. EPA, Edward Paul Adam. Okay, this stuff is found in breast milk. Your body naturally produces it. When you're carrying a child. It's also in baby formula, and it's also in prenatal vitamins. So do your research. They sell it at any health food store or like the Vitamin Shop, GNC, or you can order it online. I ordered a pure natural version of it for my son from this company called Nordic Naturals online. There's even friends and family members of mine who were complaining about their children having behavioral issues in school, and I suggested that. They used it and it actually worked, okay? So it's not going to hurt your baby. It's only going to help, okay? So stop allowing the schools and the pharmaceutical companies to throw our kids on these drugs that does nothing but just sedates them and, keeps their brain at a standstill. A child's creativity and natural ability to be themselves is what makes an outstanding adult, okay? So do what you can, do your research. Please read the labels. And again, yellow 40, blue 9, yellow 6. I'm sorry, red 40, blue 9, yellow 6. Keep your kids off of it, please, okay? So that's it for this week's segment of Knowledge is Key. And I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful, blessed week. And once more, stay well, be blessed, and stay healthy. I'll see you guys next week. Have a great one. Bye.